What's up, guys? Welcome to my video. I am Trish, and if you clicked on this video because you want to know more about choosing your military job, you're definitely in the right place. I'm about to give you my top 5 advice for choosing your military job. So my number one advice, choose a job that you want to do, not a job that your recruiter wants you to do. Listen, you're gonna be stuck with this job for 4 years, you understand me? It makes no sense for you to join the military and just because your recruiter is like, oh, I think this is gonna be a really good job for you, it's very badass and whatever, and you were just gonna be like, oh, I just want to please my recruiter, or I'm afraid to let my recruiter know what I'm thinking, so I'm just gonna go with what he says. Don't do that. And I say that because when I was joining, my recruiter was like, hey, Jamaican assassin. That was my nickname at the time because I'm from Jamaica. So he's like, hey, Jamaican assassin. And the assassin comes from you're a Marine, and every Marine is a rifleman, so killer. So anyway, he's like, hey, Jamaican assassin, I think this job would be really good for you. And at the time, the job was a helicopter crew chief, right? So I was like, oh man, Gunny, I can't say yes to it right now, but I'm gonna look it up tonight. Just give me a day, I'm gonna look it up and see if I like what it offers, what it's about, and then I'll let you know. So I did go home, I looked it up, and based on the requirements of that MOS, and when I say requirements, I mean what you're required to do, the environment that you're required to be in, and where you're required to be, basically. So considering all aspects of the job, I was like, this is not me. So I went back the next time we had PT. I was like, hey Gunny, I don't like this job. This is not what I want to do. And he was like, okay, well, what do you want to do? And I'm like, Gunny, I'm good with numbers. So I want to do anything in accounting or legal because those are my passions. He's like, all right, I'll see what I can do for you if anything becomes available. And something eventually did become available, and that's what I went to boot camp for. That is my number one advice. Do something that you want to do. You are about to be stuck with this job for the next 4 years of your enlistment. My second advice is to choose something that you can do something with when you get out of the military. You don't want to be one of those veterans so you joined the military for 4 years, you did a kick-ass job, you're back in the civilian world, now what? You have this 4 years that you did something amazing with, but there's no way to transition that into the civilian world. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with that time? How are you gonna explain that work experience to potential employers? I'm 6672, I'm aviation supply logistics. So when I get out of the military, I can get a job somewhere along that line, if that's my plan. So yeah, that is definitely something that you should think about. My third advice is to don't rush. If when it's time for you to choose your job, the job that you're looking for is not available, don't go open contract thinking that it's gonna be available when you get in. I promise you it won't. And I also promise you that the job that you might get assigned, you probably won't like it. I promise you that. So don't rush being like, I want to ship to boot camp right now, just send me open contract. I don't want to get left behind, and hopefully I get what I want, and if I don't, I'll just roll my dices or whatever. Because the last thing, again, that the military needs is somebody who regrets joining and is mediocre about their service and end up getting somebody killed. Nobody wants that. We don't want that. I wouldn't want to work with somebody like that, right? So if that's not what you want, your job is not available, you wait until it becomes available, or you choose something else. My number 4 advice is to have multiple options, because this is the military. Unfortunately, it does not revolve around you. It's not like a civilian job where they'll be like, oh, we need you desperately and something. No. So have multiple options. Be flexible. My number 5 advice is when you choose your job, you stick with it. You Do everything you can, find out everything you can about the job, because once you choose that, once you go to boot camp, there is no switching your job for at least 2 years. You have to go to your first MOS school, and then maybe if you flunk, they'll try to find somewhere to put you else, but that's not gonna look good on you. So once you choose your job and you know that you're shipping out and there is no changing your contract, you're in it, just 10 fingers in, 10 toes in. You just gotta work really hard towards it, and that will definitely get you through. And if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave those down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I am just now starting my YouTube channel, so don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions, or let me know something that I probably don't, or if you have any advice for anyone that might be joining that I did not mention, drop that in the comment section below as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.